Prof Lesley in 1892 defined a law of topography: flatter the rock, higher the mountain, steeper the dip, lower the mountain. Prof Davis in 1894 contributed subsequent, obsequent, insequent, and resequent terminology. Prof Powell also termed consequent valley to be initial slope course dependent valley. Endogenetic crustal bending induces up warping as well as down warping, upfolding convex fold having crest of oldest rocks being the Anticline, whereas the downfolding concave fold having trough of youngest rocks being the Syncline. Strike is the liner representing intersection of inclined bed surface with the horizontal surface, conveying the trend of horizontal with respect to fault plane. Dip is the acute angle with the horizontal surface, and the fault plane having direction of dip being the greatest bed inclination, measured at right angle to the strike. Hade is the complement angle of the dip, whereas throw being the vertical displacement with respect to dip separation, and heave being the horizontal displacement. Symmetrical folds having limbs uniformly inclined consisting of axial plane bisecting the fold at the right angle, whereas asymmetrical fold having limbs non-uniform bends constituting dip inclination. Isoclinal fold having apparent parallel limbs. Monocline is a step-like folding of rock strata having horizontal limb with a short inclined limb. Overturned fold consisting of inclined axial plane having limbs dipping in a same direction due different angles signifying one limb being overturned over the another. Recumbent fold being the isoclinal fold that overturned at such extent becoming limbs nearly horizontal situating parallel to one another. Plunging fold consisting of tilted axis, not parallel to horizontal, thereby having hingline tilted to the horizontal. Nap being the separated uprooted limb for recumbent fold owing to continuous compressive force consisting of autochthonous nappelying over basement rock as well as allochthonous napper located from the site of formation. Clippa being the solitary outcrop of nap. Homocline consisting of stratified rocks layer having strata dipping consistently in the same direction following an identical inclination in terms of direction and angle. Homocline added by Professor Daly in 1916 to replace the ambiguous term monocline to explain a successive dipping strata progressively in a particular direction. Transverse valley, directional to strike of the strata at right angle. Cataclinal transverse valley passes through the dip direction. Anticlinal transverse valley oriented against the dip. Transverse valley follows fault zones or non-obvious weaknesses. Anomalies could be superimposed as well as antecedent. Longitudinal valley, aligned with accordance to the strike. Anticlinal longitudinal valley with accordance to the anticlinal axes. Synclinal longitudinal valley follows the synclinal axes. Diaclinal longitudinal valley passes along a fold. Monoclinal passes through the strike direction between fold axes. Cuesta, having steep scarp face on up-dip side and a gentler back slope or dip slope. Shape of cuesta ridge being dependent on the dip of the rocks. Hogbacks are sharp-crested ridges with rock dipping at a steeper angle, greater than 45 degrees. Homoclinal ridges develop in the region of moderately dripping strata, being the cuestas. Sensu stricto evolving in the region of strata being gently inclined. Moreover, mesas and buttes developing in the region where rock strata are approximately horizontal.